Going to university is a huge milestone in every student's life. First-year students are faced with new changes, responsibilities, and freedoms. All of a sudden, they need to consider new sources of income, budgeting, and new spending habits. 3 years later, in their final year of university, how have their consumption habits changed? Have they changed? Are fourth-year students more financially literate than first-year students? We've interviewed and surveyed both first and fourth-year students at Carleton University to find out.
Can I get you guys anything? Snacks, water?
I'll take a water.
Yeah,
if you want.
same. Perfect.
Thank you.
So how are your classes going this semester?
They're going really well, except for consumer behavior.
Oh yeah, the 8:30 Thursday mornings. And it was all year. Like that's so annoying. I hate waking up that early.
And that video, we haven't even started yet.
Oh yeah, me either, so don't worry about it.
Oh, no name. Breaking the bank, are we? It's okay. I'm still waiting on my paycheck.
Remember in first year when we didn't have to work? Man, all that free time.
Ah, those are the days. In our study, it was found that 30% of first-year respondents work part-time during the school year, compared to 77% of fourth-year respondents. Of those that do work part-time, over 23% of fourth-year respondents work over 20 hours a week, whereas only 1% of first-year respondents do. We also found that there is an increase in the amount of people working during the summer to pay for school. 77% of first years stated that they worked during the summer, whereas 89% of fourth years do. This shows that as students progress through their academic career, they're trying to improve their financial situation.
I don't work at all. I do wish I did. I do feel I'd have the time, like to a certain extent. I feel like I wouldn't be able to do other things, like have free time, but I think I could balance both.
I do work part-time during the school year, 12 hours on average a week. I do need to work throughout the school year. If I didn't work throughout the school year, I don't think I would have enough money to make it through the school year, so I think it's important that I have a part-time job right now.
Yeah, keeping up with work and school is brutal.
At least you guys both have jobs. OSAP is my main source of income, and I'm still waiting. I need my OSAP ASAP. 60% of both first and fourth year Carleton students surveyed receive OSAP funding. Of the first and fourth year students who receive OSAP, a higher percentage of fourth years create and stick to their budget. This suggests that those who receive OSAP are more likely to be financially aware of their spending, and this further increases as they go through their degrees.
Is that why you only have peanut butter in your cupboard?
Well, I only go grocery shopping once a month. Remember we had all that included food in first year? Oh, the calf.
Oh, that cup was so good. But guys, I have OSAP and I have a job, but I'm still struggling.
Maybe she's a budget you made more then.
Huh. Yeah, they're totally right. I need to create a budget. It was found that 36% of first-year respondents created a budget, whereas 62% of fourth years stated they do. Regardless of the year of study, a majority of those with budgets don't stick to it. This shows that although more fourth years are more conscious of their financial situation, they are not necessarily better at controlling it.
I didn't create a budget at the start of the year, and I regret that now.
I try to spend a maximum of $100 a week, and I normally stick to that pretty well. I did not budget in first year. I probably started budgeting in third year.
I think we're all in the same boat at the end of the year though. You think that you have a bunch of money and then next thing you know it's the end of the semester and you're broke.
I know, it's crazy. Although, I feel like now that we're in fourth year, we have a bit of money left over compared to in first year, we had a lot less left over.
Yeah, and I mean, school just gets so busy, I don't even think you have time to spend it even if you had some.
Yeah, like, I just need to watch it because I don't want to be broke like I was in first year by December. Thank God for those 50 cents instant noodles. Both first and fourth years agree their spending changes as the school year goes on. The majority of both the years see a decrease in their spending due to less free time and less monetary funds. Though this is true for both first and fourth years, more fourth years report having some savings left over at 79% compared to 57% of first years. This suggests that students repeatedly spend the majority of their savings in the first few months of school. As the school year gets busier and money starts to run out, students begin curbing their consumption habits, although fourth years tend to be more successful.
But seriously, what do you spend your money on? You don't go out anymore, so
Yeah, but rent is so much more expensive now because in first year I feel like I didn't spend any money on rent.
Yeah, but that's only because you didn't pay it on like a month-by-month basis. Not to be young again. 66% of fourth-year respondents stated that rent was their highest cost, while only 23% of first years said the same. However, when fourth years reflected on their first year, 50% of them said that rent was their #1 cost. This suggests that students in first year fail to realize how much their rent really is. Since most first years live on res, they pay rent at the beginning of the year in one installment, along with the rest of their tuition. Fourth years, on the other hand, most likely live off campus and pay rent at the beginning of each month. This regular payment makes the amount of money more real to fourth years than first years, leading them to ranking it as their highest monthly cost. Once the fourth years have had a few years' experience paying rent, looking back on first year, they now realize they did indeed pay rent and it was a very high expense. It's true though, guys, we don't go anymore. What happened to us? We're like old and boring.
Who has the time though? We used to go out at least twice a week in first year. Now we're lucky to make it out once every couple of weeks. Between work and school, I hardly have time to sleep. It was found that there's a significant change in the spending habits of students as they go through their degree. Fourth years reported taking part in more extracurriculars and say it impacts their spending. First years reported spending more on alcohol throughout the year and also go out more often. 46% of first years stated that they go out 2 or more times per week, compared to only 29% of fourth years. Also noted that 70% of fourth years say they go out a maximum of once per week. This shows that as students progress through their academic career, they spend their money on different priorities. Less money and time towards going out and partying, more money on extracurricular activities.
The main things I spend my money on this year are alcohol and food. In the average week, I go out like 2 or 3 times. Average Friday or Saturday, we'll go out to Hull because we're young, and I will spend not too much, like $20 maybe on average.
Probably go out 2 times a week, either downtown for one, and then a pub or restaurant. In first year, definitely went out a lot more during the weekends, drank a lot more throughout the course of the week. Just more money, I think, was spent in first year, and then now in fourth year, a little more conservative and smarter with my money.
Oh man, it's 3:30. I have cheer practice in like 30 minutes.
Yeah, I gotta go too. I gotta start filming for CB.
Well, it was nice seeing you guys.
That's good.
Good to catch up.
Overall, the results of our study indicate that there is in fact an improvement in financial literacy from first to fourth year university students. The consumption habits change due to a shift in priorities and an increased awareness of their spending patterns. They are more likely to have part or full-time jobs during the semester or summer, spend money more wisely, and have more money left over at the end of the semester. Finally, fourth year students themselves have noticed this change and are more satisfied with their consumption and spending habits.